Hello there and welcome to the new PyCharm tutorial video. In this video, I will give you an overview of the PyCharm project environment. So whenever in the last video, if you have seen the download and install video where we have created a new project and I showed you the steps to create a new project, right? So we are in a new project here and the project name is just the PyCharm overview. So the first thing to note over here is this project sort of a window which is created for us to basically keep all the project files, all the Python files and everything that we will going to create. And I just expanded the window so that you can see this one. So you can enable or disable it in case you are just trying to be very much focused on your program, then you don't want all the different files, distracting you. So in that case, you will just have this particular button on which you can click, or there is a shortcut within the Mac, which is Command 1. So once you press Command 1, it will show or hide this project window. So Command 1 is something what I'm pressing again and again, and you can see that this particular window is being viewed by us, or it's hidden whenever we press Command 1. So that's what I mainly wanted to show, the Command 1 feature, so that you can view or hide the project window. Now the second thing is we want to create a new Python file. So in that case, we come to this project, right click over here, come into the new and click on the Python file. So once we click on the Python file, it will ask whether we want Python file, unit test, or Python stub. For now, we want to just create a Python file and we will give it a name demo. So now you see the demo.py is here with us, and I have a very simple program which is finding an average of values. So what I'll do is just paste. So what it is doing is it is finding the average based on the values that we are passing, and we are calling the function here and passing these values 5, 6, 7 and 8, right? So here what we have done is set result equals to 0, and we are running a loop that for v in values result plus equals to v. So what we are actually doing is we are just adding the values here based on what we are passing and then returning a result, and not basically doing an average. And we will do an average in a minute. All right. So the first thing is how you can create a file and start creating your program from the scratch based on what you are planning to achieve. The next thing I want to show you is the Python interpreter. If you are wondering where the Python interpreter is, and let's say in your advanced stages you want to use different type of interpreter, because what happens is when Python advances, the interpreter is something you may want to change to include the most modern capabilities. So over here in the end, if you see, we have the Python interpreter. It's important to know where it is present. So once you click over here, you will see that you are using the Python, or I'm using the Python 2.7. If I want to view the interpreter settings, I can click over here, view the interpreter settings, right? If I want to add an interpreter, I will just go over here, I will click on add interpreter, and we have the base interpreter as 2.7, but if you want to enhance it to the 3, or you want to downgrade it from 2.7 to 2, then you can come over here, and as you can see, there are many other interpreters which are present. So that's an important settings that you should know when you are working with the PyCharm. Alright, for now, let's go ahead and run this. So we will right click here in the program window and we can run the demo. So we have two options where we can simply right click and run the demo, or we can use the shortcut which is Control Shift and R. So we will just run this, and as you can see, a run window has been created for us to basically show the output. And what do we have as an output is 26, which is the sum of all of these values, right? Now what we will going to do is we will further improve this program so that it is showing the right value. Also, there is this yellow squiggly line is coming. We will see why it is coming and how to remove that. And before I show you, I want to show you one quick thing is over here where you can also come here and click the run, which is demo. You can do the debugging and the shortcut is being given, which is a Control T. You have the run demo with coverage and you want to stop it. You want to find everywhere something, then you can find it from here. You have some settings, IDE and project settings, and finally the integrated team environment in case if you have the team environment. Similarly, the run is over here as well if you want to rerun the demo, and a couple of other options in terms of if you want to modify the run configurations. Over here also these are the steps in case whenever we want to do more debugging. Apart from this, if we want to add checkpoints, let's say in this case the information or the output is not coming as expected, so we can add the checkpoint by clicking over here, and you can see a checkpoint has been added here. And to do the debugging over here, what we can do is click over here and click debug demo. What it will going to show you is basically the output as what is the values output that it is giving as a result, the sum of all of these values, and that way you can basically identify by doing the debugging of your code as to what is going on with this particular code. Apart from this, you have couple of options here like step over, step into my code, and out, step out is something what is there, and run to cursor. So all of these options are there if you want to do a step-by-step debugging just to understand what's going on. Right, my Mac battery is low. Close that. So that's about the debugging. I will just close it for now and come back here and uncheck this. So to correct this particular value, the result, return result, what you can do is you can come here and divide the len, and the object is nothing but values. So how many values we have? So whatever is our result is 26 divided by length of values, which will be 4, and then it will give you the output, which will be I think close to 6.5 or something. So that's one by which you can go ahead and correct this. Also over here, if you see the yellow squiggly line which is coming below to this, showing it is some sort of a problem that it is having. So to better understand this, what we do, we come here, we press from the Mac the option and return, and what it is giving you is the reformat the file. So once you reformat the file, that line is gone. So this is important from the perspective if you want to write a clean code. So what it does is it keeps giving you the details as to that your basically code is having not the issues but the formatting issues. So now let's go ahead and run this, stop and run. So now you have the average, which is of 6, the output, the value which you are expecting, not the sum of values. One other thing that I want to show you related to this particular program or adding the document strings is, for example, in this case, it's a best practice to you to document the code, and one of the things that we can do is also come here and press option enter. Once we press the option enter, it basically shows the add type hints for function find average. Specify the return type in docstring, and third, insert a docstring sub. So add type hints is something what it will go is type what type of object it is or what type of output that it will going to give. So we'll just remove this and again go here and press option enter and specify the docstring, and docstring is basically going to help you for the documentation, and here we will write is either float if it is a float value or integer if it is an integer value. That way whatever you will write over here in this, it will come as the part of the definition of the function that you are having. One last thing that I want to show you is how you can find your files or the text within the program, because once the program becomes huge, or the project become huge, you may want to find the information. So for example, for this average, if I select and press shift 2 times, what it will give you is the average, right? And it is basically showing you this is where you have find the average it has taken you, right? And it highlighted that here as well. So here again, I'm coming here and pressing double shift. Apart from finding, what you can also do is change the case, for example. So if I press case over here, you will see that you have the option of toggle case, by which you can change it to an uppercase. So if I just click it here, oops, let me try it again. Click case. If I click here, press enter, you will, or press return, you will see that it is changed to capital. So one last thing, this is what I wanted to show you, the different options that is available. These are just some of the very basic things, but as you can see, this editor has the lot of capabilities in terms of what you can do with your programs and get the most output from the editor window for running and creating the very highly impactful program, which is easier to understand. So that's what I wanted to show you as the overview of this IDE, and now I'll meet you in the next video, the new topic.